Okay, with this problem, number 24, we have a tangent. And for tangent and cotangent, what you're going to have to do in order to integrate them is you have to break them down into their sine and cosine parts. So we start with the integral from 0 to 3 pi over 4. And instead of tangent of x over 3, we're going to do sine of x over 3 divided by cosine of x over 3 and dx. And so what we're going to do here is not just use x over 3 as our u, but we're going to use the whole denominator. U is equal to cosine of x over 3. Then du will be the negative sine of x over 3. And then by the chain rule, we have to do the derivative of, multiply by the derivative of x over 3, which is 1/3. So we end up with negative 1 over 3 sine of x over 3 dx. Alright, so we can see the sine of x over 3. So if I simply multiply both sides by negative 3, so negative 3 du is now sine of x over 3 dx. And again, you can see the x over 3 dx there. And so we can start to rewrite negative 3 on the outside. I do need to convert my limits of integration, but my whole denominator is just u, and the whole numerator is just du over u. Alright, so then when x is equal to 3 pi over 4, what would u be? So u would be 3 pi over 4 over 3, so that would be 3 pi over 12, I believe, which is just pi over 4 cosine of pi over 4, which is root 2 over 2. When x is 0, what is u? Well, u will just be cosine of 0, and that will be 1. So we do have a slight problem here because root 2 over 2 is less than 1, and 1. So our limits are out of order here, and we're going to have to change the sign and reverse those limits. So we're going to go from root 2 over 2 to 1 of 1 over u du. Okay, so the antiderivative of that is going to be ln of the absolute value of x, but because our limits are both positive, we don't need to worry about those, and we'll have ln of u from root 2 over 2 to 1. So ln of 1 minus the quantity ln of root 2 over 2. And I just need to make sure you get your signs right here. So that is 3 times the quantity 0 minus, then I'm going to write this as ln root 2 minus ln of 2 using the properties of logarithms. And so we have 3 times. And the ln of square root of 2 is going to be written as 1/2 ln of 2. And that should be a minus in front of that. And then a plus ln of 2. So we're going to get ln of 2 minus 1/2 of ln of 2, which is 1/2 of ln of 2. So it's 3 times 1/2 or 3/2 of ln of 2. And that answer would be C. Alright, so this is very similar to problem number 25. If you can do this one, you can do problem number 25 as well. Alright, we'll stop this video at this point.